Today, I'd like to address the impact that women judges are having on the justice system and the legal profession, and why diversity on the bench is a critical issue. So you may ask, why does it make a difference to have diversity on the bench? I'd like to explore that question a bit today and to talk about how women judges, particularly women chief justices, are making a difference and why it should matter to us all. So I suppose this entire discussion leads to one question. Does diversity on the bench matter? As one author recently remarked in an article in the American Judges Journal, simply put, the legitimacy of the judiciary in the minds of the public is at stake. In a democratic society, when the public can see that the diversity of the citizenry is reflected on the bench, the public's trust and confidence in the justice system is strengthened and enhanced. In a diverse society, the bench should speak equality to all who stand before it. Equally important is having a variety of perspectives and life experiences on the bench. So I suppose the natural follow-up question is, are women judges actually making a difference? My first answer is that all judges bring their life experiences to the bench. My experience as a woman and as a wife and mother obviously affect me, just as the life experiences of any judge does. And I bring that experience to the bench. It's one lens through which I see and view cases. But women are certainly having an impact on their courts in areas other than the outcome of substantive decisions. And today I'll focus in particular on women who are the chief justices of their states. While I served my second term as Chief Justice, there were 18 women chiefs of the highest courts in U.S. territories, and I think that there are 20 today. Some of these women chiefs were appointed, some were elected by the public, some rotated in by seniority on their courts, and some were elected chief by their colleagues on the court, as we do in Alaska. But in my view, they are all making a tremendous difference on their courts. I'm proud that Alaska's court system has worked hard to create a workplace that honors the principle of work-life balance, and this is an issue that I worked on as Chief Justice. And as far back as 1981, when I was the Chief Public Defender for Alaska, supervising 12 branch offices throughout the state, I experimented with a number of then novel flexible scheduling ideas. I instituted flex time at the employee's request, starting at 7 in the morning so they were out of work by 3:30 when children were home from school. And so I conclude that women on the bench are making a difference. Many years ago, I attended the annual meeting of the National Association of Women Judges in Chicago, where President Mary Robinson of Ireland gave her first speech in her first official tour of the United States to the women judges assembled in Chicago. Her words made quite an impact on me. She said, "There are people within and outside of minorities who perceive the law not as a source of protection, but as a terrifying ordeal. We can persuade them to look again. We do not feminize the law, we humanize it. To the extent that we as women judges, justices, and chiefs are able to humanize the law, we should be as proud of that accomplishment as any other." I'm so grateful and honored that you asked me to speak to you today. It's been a great pleasure.